So at the beginning of the story, we see the Cold War between the USA and Russia, which leads to Russia's Soviet Union running a secret organization called Patriot Youth. This organization conducts experiments on people from different nationalities, turning them into superheroes to protect their motherland. However, due to a mysterious explosion, the experiment and the lab are destroyed. The whereabouts of the superheroes and the scientists involved become unknown. In the present time, the Russian army is testing advanced AI robots that require no human involvement. Suddenly, these robots turn against their own team, attacking tanks and helicopters. The army is helpless as the robots destroy their vehicles and kill the generals and technicians. It is revealed that Dr. Kuratov, a former scientist from the Patriot Project, is behind this attack. Dr. Kuratov possesses superpowers that allow him to generate electricity and control machines. He takes control of the robots and escapes with them. Later, the Ministry of Defense holds a meeting to discuss the incident. Major General Nikolai reveals the events of the Cold War era. In 1940, Dr. Kuratov, in charge of the Technologies Department of the Patriot Project, worked on a failed project called Module 1, which aimed to control vehicles remotely. Kuratov became jealous of Professor Victor, the head of the Patriot Project, whose attempt to create superhuman abilities had also failed. Kuratov decided to steal Victor's research for his personal experiment, causing harm to many people. Kuratov was arrested but managed to escape and hide in his lab, which was destroyed by a bomb he planted, killing everyone. The army believed Kuratov to be dead, but he had survived and undergone a transformation due to the explosion's chemicals, becoming a Module 1 experiment. Nikolai explains that to defeat Kuratov, they need to find the superheroes he created. Meanwhile, Kuratov steals vehicles and resources from army warehouses. The Ministry of Defense decides to reopen the Patriot organization and assigns Major Elena to lead the operation. Elena instructs her team to locate the superheroes, codenamed the Guardians. They start their search and first find a superhero named Lair in a hidden temple in Armenia. Lair, trying to forget his past by becoming a monk, initially refuses to join the project. However, when Elena informs him that Kuratov is alive, Lair agrees, driven by the desire for revenge. They then head to East Kazakhstan and encounter another superhero named Khan, who swiftly eliminates their agents using his speed and sword skills. Khan joins the mission after Lair convinces him of the opportunity to take revenge on Kuratov. Their next destination is northern Siberia, where they find a third superhero named Arsuz living in the jungle. Arsuz transforms into an animal and fights off soldiers before deciding to join the team for the chance to seek vengeance. The group proceeds to Moscow to locate the final superhero, Xenia, who performs as a famous artist utilizing her powers to disappear in water. After a show, Xenia attacks Khan in her dressing room, but Lair intervenes, reminding her of their friendship. The fight ends with Lair's victory as he had taught Xenia how to fight. Arsuz explains to Xenia that they have remained young due to their powers for the past 40 years. Although she doesn't remember them, Arsuz convinces Xenia to join their mission for justice against the man responsible for their powers. Meanwhile, Kuratov has created an army of clones and brings them to the Patriot headquarters. Xenia recalls a memory from 1978 when doctors observed her near Sevastopol but couldn't identify her. She only knows her name from a ring she wears. Xenia also reveals that she can become invisible in water and control her body temperature according to the situation. During their discussion, an officer from Elena's team informs them that Kuratov has been spotted in a garbage can using it as his command center. The team locates Kuratov's position, and Xenia becomes invisible in the rain to investigate. However, her signal is jammed, cutting off communication with headquarters. They split up and plan to attack Kuratov from 4 different directions, with Xenia fearlessly entering the area. Here, the guards of Kuratov have special goggles with which they can see Xenia's body temperature, so they immediately freeze Xenia with their special weapon. On the other hand, Arsuz and Khan start killing as many people as possible with their powers. When Khan stops walking, a guard attacks him with a paralyzing dart and stops him. Meanwhile, Arsuz is also trapped in a net and captured. Inside the building, before covering his body with stones, Lair creates a small earthquake and kills all the guards. Then Kuratov arrives and starts attacking Lair. However, Kuratov is unaffected by Lair's attack. Kuratov overpowers Lair, breaks his back, and injures him. Afterward, we see Lair, Khan, and Arsuz trapped in Kuratov's force field cell. Kuratov tells them that he knows all their powers and weaknesses, which is why he equipped his guards with weapons to capture them. Kuratov offers them the choice to join him. but Arsu's refuses to support him. In response, Kratov gives them 24 hours to think. Arsu's throws a knife at Kratov, but it is stopped by the force field. Kratov then gathers the stolen tanks and launches an attack on the city. Following the attack, the news reports that all the tanks of the army have been stolen by thieves, along with their space transmitter. It is revealed that a mysterious enemy is leading an army towards Moscow, causing people to flee the city. We learn that Kratov made a deal with General Dolgov to hand over the superheroes, but he betrays Dolgov and kills him. Kratov's plan is to connect the transmitter to the Ostankino Tower and the Federation Tower, sending a signal to the Russian satellite. This signal would give him control over all the satellites, allowing him to control everything on Earth. Meanwhile, Elena takes Lair back to headquarters, and when he recovers, he tells Elena that while he was unconscious, he saw his daughter. Lair sadly reveals that he witnessed his daughter's death before his eyes due to his aging caused by his superpowers. Elena informs Lair that they need the help of Victor, Kratov's former lab partner, to stop Kratov. Victor begins repairing Lair, and Elena provides him with the address of Kratov's secret lab to save the other superheroes. Elena's team enters the lab, kills all the guards, and frees the imprisoned superheroes. Khan leaves without saying anything. Meanwhile, Kratov continues with his plan, connecting both towers and activating the space transmitter. The Patriot system detects the activation and understands Kratov's intentions, sending fighter planes to stop him. Kratov commands the stolen army robots to destroy the fighter planes, resulting in their destruction. On another front, Elena encounters Khan on a building and talks to him about his issues. Khan shares that he had a brother whom he admired and wanted to become like. Kratov granted him powers, and during a fight with his brother, Khan lost control and accidentally killed him. Elena sympathizes with Khan and reminds him that the city needs him now. The team reunites, and Elena reveals new suits and weapons she has prepared for the Guardians. Arsus receives a gun connected to his nervous system, which targets his aggression. Khan's suit protects him from various forms of damage, and Lair's suit allows him to control nearby stones and provides him with a special spear. Xenia's suit grants her invisibility and the ability to make objects invisible by touch. The team practices with their new weapons and gradually learns to control them. Kratov charges the towers to send signals, giving the Guardians 1 hour to stop him. They make a mission to destroy the force field of the tower and then rush to escape before the entire city is bombed. Lair infiltrates Kratov's area through a subway tunnel and easily defeats the guards. Arsus and Xenia fight the guards on the road, with Xenia using invisibility to her advantage. Khan arrives at the tower by plane, but the robots attack his aircraft, forcing him to struggle while disembarking. Meanwhile, Arsus, Lair, and Xenia cross a large pipe and are shot at by the guards. Arsus slips, but Lair activates his spear as a shield. Khan jumps from the plane and eliminates the shooting guards. Elena discovers Victor alive, but with little time left. Victor explains that if all the superheroes combine their powers, they will become even stronger and capable of defeating Kratos. The four Guardians confront Kratov in the tower, where he easily disables Arsus's cannon and Lair's spear and defeats Khan. Xenia becomes invisible and lures Kratov, allowing Lair to make them both invisible. They capture Kratov with the spear, and Khan attempts to kill him with a blade. However, Kratov breaks free and pushes the three Guardians back. Arsus, in beast mode, attacks Kratov but is defeated and injured. While the army intends to destroy the tower and kill Kratov, Elena convinces them to let the Guardians take their revenge. The Guardians fight Kratov, but he proves to be very powerful. Xenia and Lair catch Kratov with the spear, and Khan tries to strike him with a blade. However, Kratov overpowers them and sends them flying. Arsus, who has regained consciousness, attacks Kratov in beast mode, but Kratov ultimately kills him and injures him further. Meanwhile, Khan spots a plane flying and attaches his grapple line to it, rescuing his companions and fleeing the scene. The army launches missiles to destroy the tower and kill Kratov, but Kratov gains control over the missiles and redirects them into the sky. Elena meets the Guardians at the riverbank and shares Victor's information with them, encouraging them to concentrate their powers on Lair. This unleashes a powerful energy that destroys the tower and results in Kratov's demise. News reports state that the city has been saved from an unknown threat, with no mention of the Guardians. Elena thanks the Guardians for their help, and Xenia's memories are restored. She expresses her desire to start a new life with Arsus. The Guardians promise to return if a big problem arises again, and Elena informs them that the other Guardians have been found. The movie concludes with Elena fighting off two men, mentioning the name Ferrum and becoming tense, leaving the possibility for a sequel. Thank you for watching.